as we were marching, I kept saying, nobody's singing. Everybody's marching and they're talking. Madonna was there. She wasn't even singing. And I just thought of like a guy like Pete Seeger who would say, you know, every movement needs a song. And you got to keep people motivated as they're walking and marching, and you got to keep their spirits up. But nothing was happening at the moment. I said, but this, I think, is going to be a really good time for political music. And Jill had written a wonderful song called America Back and had done a whole bunch of great political songs. And I knew that it was rolling in her mind. She was going to be writing political stuff. Nice. And I said, you know, I'd like to do a documentary about the current state of the protest song. And you can be like the lead person that I talk to, but we'll talk to other people that are writing political music and just see how it differs from, say, the 60s or the other periods of time. And what I found, indeed, there were many people writing great protest songs, posting them on YouTube for 200 hits. Or if you're Joan Baez, you know, 2,000 hits or 25. And I'm like, it's not penetrating the popular culture. And people were writing really good songs, but I began to I found it hard to get a handle on what the movie would be, except a compendium of, you know, 20 people who've written good songs that no one was listening to, because we all listen in our own bubble. Because there's no terrestrial radio anymore, where we're all kind of had to listen to the same things. I mean, no one could miss Neil Young's Ohio back in 69 or 70. No one could miss early Springsteen. No one could miss What's Going On. But I didn't want to make a movie about how much better the protest music was in the 60s and how much more easy the access was to hearing these things. So the movie I was shooting stuff and interviewing people, and I began to, because I'm a narrative filmmaker, I come from a comedy tradition. I like to find a story, and I like to have an emotional arc and a narrative arc, and I just couldn't find it. And then COVID hit, and we put it aside for a while. Yeah. And after that, I just said, Jill, I just want to make a movie about you. You're an interesting person. You live an interesting life. I love you. Let's just do a movie about you. And she said, fine.